Most people view spices as a way to avoid bland food. As a doctor, as someone who talks about food as medicine, I view them as a delivery system for complex secondary metabolites. It means things in your food that help you stay protected from diseases. In this video, we will look at herbs and spices on your kitchen shelf that can offer benefit for glucose homeostasis, which is the body's ability to maintain steady blood glucose and insulin levels. Glucose homeostasis is a complex system and it helps us stay healthy. Let's first understand what is glucose homeostasis and what insulin does for us. Now, what happens is that when we eat food, it breaks down into small particles during digestion. Carbohydrates in the food break down into glucose molecules, which then enter the blood. The glucose levels start rising in the blood. Now, pancreas senses this and secretes insulin. When a muscle cell binds with insulin molecule, this enables this cell to take up glucose from the circulating blood. For taking up glucose from the blood, a protein molecule comes to the surface of the cell, and this is called GLUT4, glucose transporter protein type 4. GLUT4 escorts glucose molecule into the cell. When this system of glucose homeostasis breaks down, we see insulin resistance and systemic inflammation, and this can cause diseases like metabolic syndrome, diabetes, heart disease, and sometimes even cancer. Therefore, we need to talk about it. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to share 10 kitchen staples that are found in almost every kitchen. And these are very helpful in glucose control and therefore very useful for people who have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or any other health condition, because like I said, insulin resistance can cause many other serious diseases. We should also understand how these herbs and spices help us with our glucose homeostasis. That means the underlying process, the mechanism of action of these kitchen staples. By understanding the mechanism of action of these 10 staples, we can effectively use them in our diet to sensitize receptors and modulate glucose pathways. Let's begin. Number 1, turmeric. Active ingredient here is curcumin. Mechanism of action? Well, curcumin is a polyphenol that acts as a multi-organ regulator of metabolism. Its primary mechanism of action is the activation of AMPK or AMP activated protein kinase. Now, what is AMPK? Okay. AMPK is often called the metabolic master switch. When activated, it does many useful things in our body. In the muscles, this increases glucose uptake. In the liver, it inhibits the production of new glucose, or what we also call gluconeogenesis. This helps adequate utilization of blood glucose by muscle cells for energy production, and at the same time, by inhibiting glucose production in the liver, it helps control blood glucose levels, thus bringing these levels more towards the normal range. Turmeric also helps reduce inflammation in the body, and therefore it keeps us safe from diseases. Curcumin from turmeric helps regulate systemic metabolism across various other organs, but we will take a look at all that in some other video. For now, it's blood sugar regulating properties of turmeric that make it a foundation of the kitchen pharmacy. Number 2, cinnamon. The insulin mimic, we can call it. Active ingredient here is cinnamaldehyde. Mechanism of action? Well, cinnamaldehyde improves insulin resistance by regulating glucose and fat homeostasis. It functions largely by mimicking the biological activity of insulin itself. Now, what happens with cinnamon is that cinnamaldehyde activates calcium signaling pathways, which are crucial for the movement of GLUT4. We talked about it. So, movement of GLUT4 to the cell surface. This is exactly what insulin also does. This process of activation of signaling pathways by cinnamaldehyde essentially unlocks the cell allowing glucose to enter the muscle tissue even if the primary insulin signal is impaired or if insulin is deficient. Like it happens in insulin resistance. The cell is not responding to insulin. This helps a cell accept glucose for energy production. This process has many benefits. It balances blood glucose levels, it reduces insulin requirements, and above all, as a result, it reduces the risk of diseases. Cinnamon improves energy levels and quality of life. Ginger. The active ingredient in ginger is called gingerol. And what is the mechanism of action? Well, ginger suppresses inflammatory cytokines, specifically TNF alpha or tumor necrosis factor alpha. It also inhibits IL-1 beta or interleukin 1 beta and interleukin 6. All these are cytokines and are compounds that cause degenerative processes in our body and make us sick. Chronic inflammation is a primary driver of insulin resistance. Our fat cells make TNF alpha, and see, this is why extra fat in our body is harmful. And this is why newly diagnosed diabetes patients are asked to reduce weight if they are overweight or obese. Anyways, let's get back to the topic. So this TNF alpha interferes with the insulin receptor's ability to send signals, thus making our body cells insulin resistant. Gingerol effectively reduces this systemic noise. It does this by lowering the levels of TNF alpha and also other cytokine production. This allows insulin to bond more effectively with the insulin receptors on the cells and perform its job without interference. In this way, ginger helps regulate sugar levels by reducing insulin resistance. And now number 4, fenugreek. Active ingredient here is high fiber galactomannan and 4-hydroxyisoleucine. Mechanism of action is that it inhibits carbohydrate digestion and improves peripheral insulin action. Fenugreek seeds are high in soluble fiber, which helps lower blood sugar by slowing down digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. It works twofold. First, by slowing down the rate at which the stomach empties and enzymes break down carbohydrates thanks to its soluble fiber content, and this then leads to a flatter post-meal glucose curve. And second action is by stimulating the pancreas to release insulin more efficiently when glucose levels rise in response to that. Fenugreek may increase insulin sensitivity by enhancing insulin action at the cellular level. Some studies on animals have also shown that fenugreek seeds extract enhances insulin production. The seeds are significantly more potent than the leaves because they contain a higher concentration of specialized amino acids and soluble fiber which work together to regulate blood sugar. And now, number 5, garlic. The active ingredient here is allicin and various other organosulfur compounds. The mechanism of action is that garlic reduces insulin resistance. In trials, insulin resistance assessed by HOMA-IR, which is a gold standard test for checking insulin resistance. So it has been seen that garlic does have a lowering effect on blood glucose levels. Garlic is known to reduce fasting blood sugar and HbA1c and reduce insulin resistance. At the same time, garlic is also shown to reduce total and LDL cholesterol levels and increase HDL cholesterol levels. In high fructose diets like diets high on soda, sweetened soda that is, ultra processed foods, etc., these usually impair insulin sensitivity, we know that. So here garlic has been shown to reverse the damage. It restores glucose uptake by the cells. This also helps reduce insulin levels, which are usually high in type 2 diabetes. In addition, bonus points to garlic, for it also lowers the C-reactive protein. Now, C-reactive protein is a marker of heart health and it predicts the risk of heart disease. We know diabetes is a disease which is known to progress to cardiovascular disease or heart disease if nothing is done about it. So garlic can be a valuable agent in providing good glycemic control and the prevention of long-term diabetes complications such as heart disease. And now number 6, barberry. Active ingredient here is berberine. And what is the mechanism of action? Well, it also activates the AMPK pathway and modulates the gut microbiome in addition. Berberine is often compared to the drug metformin because their mechanisms are nearly identical. Berberine, like turmeric, activates action of a protein which we already have spoken about, which is called AMPK. So it gives all the benefits of that of turmeric also. It rejuvenates energy production and energy utilization in the body. It also enhances insulin sensitivity. It promotes maintaining lipid and glucose levels as well. Like turmeric, berberine also creates a caloric restriction effect at the cellular level, forcing the body to become more efficient with the energy it has. Some researchers are of the view that a specific dose of berberine taken 2-3 times daily in a trial was able to control blood sugar and lipid metabolism as effectively as metformin. However, let me tell you this, that more large-scale studies are needed to validate this claim. And for now, berberine can be a useful adjunct to your anti-diabetic medication. Just that, till these test results come. Number 7, cloves. The active ingredient here is eugenol and polyphenol-rich extracts. And what is the mechanism of action? Well, cloves inhibit the enzymes responsible for turning starches into simple sugars in our digestive system. By inhibiting them, clove extract significantly lowers both pre and postprandial, that is before meals and after meals, blood glucose response. This is particularly effective for flattening the curve of high carb meals, that is how much blood sugar rise it leads to. It prevents the massive insulin spikes also that can lead to fat storage. And now number 8, holy basil, tulsi as we call it. Active ingredient here are eugenol and methylcinamate. Mechanism of action? Well, basil modulates metabolic parameters and liver enzymes by reducing the stress-induced hyperglycemia. Now, stress is a metabolic killer, and stress is always linked with the release of cortisol. Cortisol tells the liver to dump glucose into the blood. Holy basil acts as an adaptogen. It balances cortisol levels. Basil also improves overall metabolic parameters in overweight subjects. It protects the liver. The hepatoprotective effect of holy basil, that is the protection of liver by holy basil, may be attributed to the antioxidant activity of its flavonoids. This is a type of antioxidant molecule that is found in abundance in holy basil. We know that liver is the body's primary glucose regulator. This is how this invaluable herb is very useful for glucose levels regulation. Number 9, black pepper. The active ingredient here is called piperine. Mechanism of action? Well, it regulates certain enzyme levels and nuclear factors and thus has anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, antioxidant and anti-diabetic properties. While piperine is famous for increasing the absorption of other spices like turmeric, curcumin from turmeric, it is known for its bioavailability enhancing properties. But it also has its own metabolic mechanism of action. It regulates specific nuclear factors involved in fat and sugar metabolism and by modulating a chemical known as HNF1 alpha. Piperine in black pepper helps manage hyperglycemia or high blood sugar levels. Piperine also reduces the accumulation of lipids in the liver, which is a major precursor to insulin resistance. It is known to reduce cholesterol levels as well, which is a risk for heart disease. We know diabetes can progress to heart disease. Number 10 is oregano. Active ingredient here are various types of polyphenols. Oregano is especially useful for people who have diabetes and are on insulin therapy or those who have type 1 diabetes. This is because it inhibits human insulin amyloid aggregation. What happens is that over time, high levels of insulin, that is hyperinsulinemia, can lead to insulin molecules getting clumped together, forming amyloids. These amyloids are toxic to cells and drive insulin resistance. And not just this, it can be a problem for people who are taking insulin therapy. Amyloid formation of insulin can produce inflammation or even infection at the site of injection, and in these people there is a danger of sudden glycemic impact also, because insulin is not working well due to amyloid formation. Oregano polyphenols have been scientifically shown to reduce this aggregation. This keeps the insulin molecules kind of clean and functional, protecting the integrity of the insulin receptor and ensuring long-term metabolic health. Regular intake of oregano is great for people who are on insulin for diabetes management. And now the conclusion. So did you notice? We have already moved beyond the flavor part of our meals. By understanding these 10 mechanisms ranging right from AMPK activation to enzyme inhibition, you can literally treat every meal as a clinical intervention. The kitchen is your first line of defense in optimizing metabolic homeostasis. I want to know, was the one spice from this list you're most excited to add to your daily routine for better blood sugar control? Tell me in the comments below. And as always, in the end, the profound words of caution. A question comes to mind. If these kitchen staples are so powerful and effective, then should we use them in place of modern medicine? And my answer is, these herbs and spices are great to be used as an adjunct to your mainstream treatment, and that too only after consulting your physician. These are effective, but for these to be used widely for treating diseases, large-scale study, verification of effective dose, safety profile at various stages and dosage, etc., this needs to be done. There is still a long way to go. Till then, these are additional and cannot replace your modern medicine treatment protocol. And yes, don't forget to inform your doctor before you begin any new treatment protocol, including these herbs. We live in an age of wellness influencers and overnight health trends. Your health is your most valuable asset, and it is far too precious to be guided by anecdotes and unverified claims. True health isn't found in a quick fix or a viral hack. Remember that. It is built through evidence-based protocols and the steady application of lifestyle pillars of modern medicine. Authentic health information is a vital part of modern patient care. To support this channel for that purpose and our mission of sharing science-backed lifestyle practices, please like and share this video and subscribe. It is a simple but powerful way to help us sustain this work and ensure that medical accuracy reaches those who need it the most. Thank you for watching, and let's keep the focus on evidence-based wellness.